We're peering into the wilderness and talking about a game that might bridge the strategy gap between kids and adults in this episode of Little Big Thumbs. Back in 2021, Cascadia took the gaming world by storm, earning universal praise and winning the 2022 Spiel des Jahres award as Germany's top family game of the year. Since that time, the Cascadia brand has grown to include an expansion, some roll-and-write games, and now Cascadia Junior, a version of the game that's been heavily distilled to welcome younger players to the table. In this video, we're going to dig into the rules of the game and discuss whether this is one that kids can enjoy while also being engaging for adults. And at the very end of the video, we will determine the winner of our latest Golden Thumb Award giveaway winner. So let's grab our cameras and our binoculars and learn some more about Cascadia Junior. In Cascadia Junior, players take turns choosing habitat tiles and adding them to their environment, with the goal of trying to group matching animals and habitats to earn the most points. Between 2 and 4 players can enjoy this game with a play time of 20 to 30 minutes, and it's recommended for ages 6 and up. Each player starts the game with a board and 1 habitat tile. That tile marks the beginning of our personal environment that we'll be building throughout the game. In the middle of our playing space, we'll find the animals that we're trying to catch sightings of, their relevant tokens, and we have a small market of 2 face-up tiles. From that market, players will take turns choosing one of those 2 available tiles and adding it to their environment. And what we're trying to do here is connect matching types of terrain and animals. The animals will earn us point tokens throughout the game, and the terrain or habitat tiles will score at the very end. If we connect 3 matching animals, that's a wildlife sighting. We will cover those animals with the appropriate circular tokens and take a full-size animal tile to add to our panorama board. Each of these custom-shaped animal tiles have points printed on the other side. But no peeking, those points are meant to be kept secret until the end of the game. Once everyone has placed 10 tiles into their environment, the game comes to an end and it's time for scoring. To score the game, we'll first check our habitats. For every group of 3 or more connected terrain hexes of the same type, we'll earn these habitat sighting tokens. Just like the animal tiles, there are points hidden on the other side of those habitat tiles. Then we flip over our wildlife tokens to see how many points we had hidden on our panorama board. Each player adds up all the numbers on their habitat and wildlife tokens, and adding all that together will determine our final score. And if 2 players tie, well, nature is big enough for a shared victory. For a slightly trickier challenge, we can try flipping over those wildlife cards before the game starts, where each animal has a specific pattern that needs to be formed in order to score as a sighting. And with that, you should know all the basics of how to play Cascadia Junior. But if there's anything in this video that's been unclear so far, make sure to drop a comment down below so that we can clarify anything that maybe wasn't crystal clear earlier in this video. And while you're there, why don't you use your claws and paws and hit that subscribe button. It helps our channel to soar higher than a red-tailed hawk. We'll be back in just a moment to discuss our thoughts and recommendations for Cascadia Junior. Historically, standalone junior versions of popular board games are just not very good. These games often wind up stripping away most of the decision-making opportunities and, in my opinion, wind up underestimating the kiddos that will be playing those games. With that being said, my overall impression of Cascadia Junior is that it's one of the best junior versions of a game that I have ever played. It actually trusts kids to make smart choices on their turns, and while this game is simple enough for a 6 or 7-year-old, it still has plenty to offer to keep an older player engaged. For kids, every turn offers an interesting decision. That binary choice of which tile to take really inspires the opportunity for some mindful maneuvers. There might be a bit of frustration that we can't make every possible connection that we'd like, but when a younger player finds a way to score a wildlife sighting, or maybe even two, it's extremely rewarding. The panorama board is not at all a necessary part of the game. But it's almost like playing with stickers or creating a work of art as wildlife tokens are collected over the course of a play. I love this addition to Cascadia Junior. Scoring the game does take a bit of number crunching. It's still a basic addition, but there are several numbers that need to be all combined to get our final score. And if those numbers match, well, it might also be a chance to work on some multiplication. But how about for the adults in our lives? I've played a handful of games of Cascadia Junior without kids at the table, and while the advanced mode doesn't add too much complexity, it's still enough to be a satisfying, light strategy experience. It's a game that will likely shine with folks who aren't necessarily fully steeped in our hobby gaming world, but even for those who aren't fully immersed in the deeper end of our gaming pool, this is a perfectly pleasant experience. As an adult player, the one aspect of the game that I might be a little picky about are those number values that are hidden under the habitat and wildlife tiles. Two players might play equally well, and one will simply perform better just because of the luck of the draw. Now with kids, that acts as a balancing mechanism, and I think it's probably beneficial. But for slightly older or more experienced players, that might limit its long-term appeal. Still, overall, Cascadia Junior is a very, very good game. It's great for kids, pushing their critical thinking, spatial reasoning, and math skills, all while being stunning to look at and engage with. And it's still a solid experience for adults. I love that they've included an advanced mode, which is probably the first time I've seen that in a junior version of a game, and it just means that there's the opportunity for this game to grow, at least a tiny bit, with all of the players at the table. We're going to give this game a strong recommendation for play with kids, both on their own and with adults at the table. It's a really solid package, and I'll be surprised if at the end of the year this game isn't on our top list of the best kids games of 2025. Our question for you: what is your biggest game night struggle with families? Let us know, and maybe we can sort out some ideas together, brainstorm some solutions. Thank you to AEG for sending us a review copy of this game. And if you're curious to see who wins our latest Golden Thumb giveaway draw, make sure to stick around for that final segment of the video. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back again soon. All right, folks, welcome back. And now it's time to find out who was the winner of our Golden Thumb giveaway to win a copy of Aqua from the Op and Sidekick games. And for those of you who might have not been following that original video or on Aqua, make sure you go check that out. By the way, we'll put a link in the description of this video. What we do, whenever a game wins our Golden Thumb Award, which is meant to celebrate a game that is equally amazing for both kids and adults, we ask our community to participate in a unique way. And in this one, we asked our community to write poems, to write a poem of their favorite sea creature and put that in the comments of our YouTube video. And now we've got all of the participants in this little jar here. I'm going to shuffle them up and draw one out, and we're going to find out who was the winner of this copy of Aqua. So that's about all we need to know. Let's go. All right, I've got one in my hand. Okay, so the winner is Graphic Sushi. So now we're just gonna go find their poem. There once was an axolotl who loved board games a lot. His favorite he couldn't say, he just loved to play, whether he won or not. That's a lovely, cute little poem. And thank you so much to Graphic Sushi and everyone else who participated in our Aqua Golden Thumb giveaway. And of course, thank you to the Op for providing an extra copy of the game for us to give away. So that's it. We'll have another Golden Thumb winner at some point later this year. So thank you for following along. Thank you for checking out our content all about Cascadia Junior. If you haven't checked out Aqua before, this is an amazing game. Go watch our video to learn more about that one. And that's it. So we'll be back again soon. And until then, whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you keep playing games that make your thumbs go way up.